Hello, welcome back to another episode of Talks with Temi. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, I really just want to talk about trusting God's plan for us. And I want to share my testimony, and I hope that you can relate, and that I hope that the things I share today hopefully hits home for you some way or another, or you take a verse that just speaks to you. And yeah, just sit back and join the conversation through commenting or one way or another. One way or another. Earlier in the day, I was thinking about all the things that God has been doing for me in my life lately and how a lot of good has come out of being patient with Him, and Him being patient with me, honestly. A year ago, I remember praying to God for a job, and I just felt like I was not where I fully should have been, and I don't think I still am, but I definitely knew that the spot and the position I was in could have been a lot better. And it took a lot of prayer and tears and just going to people who I trusted and felt safe with and communicating, talking things out for me to eventually be at the position I'm at today where I could say I'm a lot closer to God. And at that moment, I felt like I wanted to take control of my life. And I tried to do that in a lot of ways. I tried to go out there and look for jobs that I think I could be good at, but I didn't really want to be working those kind of jobs. And I remember praying a whole lot of different prayers where I was just asking God to just direct my footsteps. I'm like, God, I need your help right now. I don't know where to go. I don't know what I'm doing. I feel like I'm on the right path, but yet I feel like I'm just not where you're calling me to be. And I didn't know how to get there. And maybe you felt like this before, where you just like, you feel that pull where God wants you to go somewhere, but you don't know how to get there. And I think He really does provide the way for us to get there at the right time. But because it's not in our own like vision, it's not in our own point of view of like how the timing should be, we tend to take a step ahead and go before, the time He's called us to go, if that makes sense. Um, I know I would work serving jobs, but I also wanted to work in a hospital. I was still in nursing school at this moment, but I was not working as a nurse assistant yet or even looking for nursing jobs yet because I couldn't. It wasn't time yet. But I didn't understand that at the moment. I really wanted to just skip ahead. Right now, thankfully, I've been blessed with a great job, literally one of my dream jobs. I'm not fully at the top job I want to be at, but where I'm at right now is such a huge blessing and an answered prayer. But it took a lot of patience and it took a lot of perseverance through all the things that was happening. And I think that I'm going to speak for myself. I know that I tend to rush a lot of things in my life where I'm just like, I feel like I'm ready. I should just go for it. And I might have been ready at that time. Maybe I was, but I don't think that God gives you stuff when it's not time yet. I feel like I kind of put it with the image of kids, when kids always want to play with things that are not for them. Like they always want to play with every other thing but the toy you bought them. Like the cardboard, the knife on the table, like the scissors. They want to reach for those things and play with them instead of the rattle shake or whatever that you got for them because they think that it's better for them. And when you take it from them, they throw a little tantrum, like they cry. But that thing that they were wanting to play with was going to harm them, and they don't know that at that moment. They don't understand why you're taking things from them. They don't understand why you're saying no. Even as kids get older, like I remember when I was in middle school, my parents will say no to certain things, and I'm just like they don't understand me. Like I would be so good at this, and they're like, no, we're not going to let you do that. And I feel like that's how we are with God, where we pray for certain things and He doesn't bless us with those things at the moment because He knows we're not ready for it yet. He knows that we haven't gone through the thing that would get us ready for it yet. But we don't see that. So it kind of hurts in a way, but it also, you're uncomfortable for a bit where you're like, God, I don't know why you're not giving me this thing now. I feel like I'm ready. And He's like, no, you're not ready. It's not time yet. Like, you have to trust Him. He sees all. He knows all. He understands how badly you want what it is that you want. And He might bless you with it, or He might bless you with better. And I really do believe that if you're praying for something and you don't get it at the time that you're wanting it, He blesses you with better eventually. And you see it later on. Like at the moment, you're probably butthurt and naturally you're human. But like, He has a better plan for you. He really does. And it doesn't take it takes time to see that. I like Isaiah 40 and 41, but my favorite part about 40 is verse 31 that says, "But those who trust in the Lord will find new strength. They will soar high on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not faint." That little part of 41 is such an encouragement to me, and I hope it's an encouragement to you as well, because it just lets you know that God has your best interest at heart. He's not going to just put you somewhere and expect you to figure it out yourself. He blesses you with people. He blesses you with resources. You might not see it at that moment, but those are all blessings. If you've heard about this analogy, great. But if not, there's a story. I don't know if it's a parable or something, or I'm not sure. I should have done my research. But it was about an older guy, or a guy in general, who was praying to God for help. And I think he was in the middle of an ocean or something, wait, let me get this right. There was one about a guy in the middle of an ocean and praying for help, and people coming by, and like they were like, "Here's a floaty, I can help you." And he's like, "No, no, no, God's gonna help me." And there's another one of like a guy who prayed for food, and he said, "God's gonna provide for me. God's gonna provide the meal for me." And I think one of his neighbors brought him a meal and was like, "Here are all these groceries. I brought extra groceries for you. Like if you'd like some." And the guy was like, "No, thank you so much, but God's gonna provide for me." And it's like, brother, you just like God just provided for you. Like, what do you mean? You just said no to the blessing. Like that is the blessing, but it didn't come in the way he thought it was gonna come. And I think we can miss a lot of things if we don't fully like pray for his guidance and pray for him to open your eyes to see what it is he wants you to see. Because we have human lenses. We don't see it fully. But like God can bless you in certain ways that you didn't expect him to. But don't sabotage yourself by like wanting it to be done the way you wanted it to be done. Like don't limit yourself in that way. But yeah, I think that was a really good verse. I also really like Isaiah 41. I like the entire thing, and there's so many little things like in there that I highlighted because I thought it was just so cool. So I'm just going to read a couple of them. I like verse 10 that says, "Do not be afraid, for I am with you. Do not be discouraged, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will hold you up with my victorious hand." And then verse 13 says, "For I hold you by your right hand, I the Lord your God. And I say to you, don't be afraid. I am here to help you. Though you are a lowly worm," wow, or Jacob, "don't be afraid, people of Israel, for I will help you. I am the Lord your Redeemer. I am the Holy One of Israel." I think that's so cool. I also really, really like the word redeemer. I feel like it kind of makes me think of restoration in a way where if there's a lot of things that's been going on in your life that you just felt like hopeless in, like he will turn it around for good. And I say that from my own testimony because there are moments in my life that I just felt like things could not have gotten better. I felt like I hit rock bottom and I didn't know how to get up out of it. But now looking back to where I'm at, I'm just so incredibly grateful because the little things that God did in my life really, really, really just like restored everything, and he just redeemed me entirely. So really trusting God like goes a long way, and I think it's easier said than done. But like you hear that a lot, but then I think my question is, how do you actually practically trust God? Like, I think we just say it out, like, yeah, just trust God, he's gonna provide. But like, how do you actually do it? It's not as easy as it sounds. It's really running to him and running to his word, praying about what it is that you're trusting him for, praying that he opens your eyes to see what it is he wants you to see, praying that he gives you the patience to be patient and trust his timing, and really just doing a lot of inner work, and equally taking action. Because I think you can trust God and kind of be sedentary in your life as well, and then nothing happens, nothing changes. It's like you have full faith in God that you're like, God's gonna do it. Yeah, but he's not gonna get you up the couch. He's not gonna walk you to the door. He's not gonna drive you to that interview. Like, you can trust God and take action. And I think that can be misunderstood in certain ways. But when you take action, you really, really want to pray for guidance. Like, you don't want to just take blind action. Like, you want to be sure that, okay, I'm doing this because I truly feel led to. And don't force it, because he will make it clear. But that's where the trusting comes in, you know? Another part of 41 that I really liked is verse 17 to 20, and it says, "When the poor and needy search for water, and there is none, and their tongues are parched from thirst, then I, the Lord, will answer them. I, the God of Israel, will never abandon them. I will open rivers for them on the high plateaus. I will give them fountains of waters in the valley. I will fill the desert with pools of water. Rivers fed by spring will flow across the parched ground. I will plant trees in the barren desert, cedar, acacia, myrtle, olives, and pine. I'm doing this so all who see this miracle will understand what it means, that it is I, the Lord, who has done this, the Holy One of Israel, who created it." I think that's such a powerful verse. I also really, really like verse 20 that says, "I am doing this so all who see this miracle will understand that He did it." Because there's certain situations in people's lives where it's just like, how did you even get out of that situation? Like, that's incredibly crazy to me. But God did, you know? And like, He can and He will. Like, He loves His kids so much. He does not want you to be miserable. He wants good things for us. But in life, there's good and there's evil. There's good and there's bad. And life's going to happen. And you're going to have moments where you just absolutely feel devastated. But He wants you to know that He will be there and He's never going to abandon you. You might think He's not hearing your prayers. You might think He's not listening to you. But the truth is, He is. And He sees you. And He knows that you're going through these things. And He's turning it around for good behind the scenes. You might not see it at that moment, but every little step you take, showing up for yourself every day, even if it's just getting up in the bed in the morning and just taking a shower, that's a step the way you're showing up for yourself and you're trusting God. He woke you up on another day for another reason because He has a reason for that. He's working behind the scenes and He's doing it. He wants you to trust Him. He wants you to know that He's never going to abandon you because you're His child. He wants the best for us. But during this time, He doesn't want you running to the world whenever you're going through things, whenever you feel like you can't hear Him. He doesn't want you running to the world to fill that void. Run to the Father. Run to Him. Seek His presence. You might not feel Him always. You're human. I don't always feel God's presence every single time. There are times when I'm like, "God, I don't feel you. But I know you're there. I know you're with me. So help me feel you. I know you're always going to be there. You're never going to leave me. You're never going to abandon me." But if I'm being completely honest, that like fire for Jesus that you feel a lot, especially after a church camp, you don't feel that all the time for the entire time, like the entire year. But you kind of know He's there. And He knows that you know sometimes. I hope you do. But yeah, like, just run to the Father, run to Him, because He has your best interest at heart. I feel like you can't fully build a relationship with God if you don't really know God's intention for you. If you feel like God's just out to get you, or like He just wants you to always have character development, like He wants you to grow, of course, but like He's not always just gonna throw all the bad things at you just because He doesn't like you. Like, God's not like that. That's not who He is. He's a gentle, caring Father, and He wants to take care of you. And I hope you understand that. And the only way for you to understand that is to spend time with Him. It's like when you're in a relationship, like, you can't expect to fully get to know the person that you're dating if you don't spend quality time together, if you don't ask the hard questions. Like, you wouldn't know them. That's how it is with God. That's how it is with any relationship. Your mom, your dad, your siblings. If you don't spend time with them, you don't know them. If you don't spend time with God, you don't know God. You need to spend time with Him. Don't just listen to podcasts. Don't just listen to what everyone else is saying. Don't just listen to your pastors or your small group leaders. Like, actually open the Bible yourself and seek His word, because He speaks to everyone differently. He speaks to like, one thing that I might have read might have said something else to you. And that's how God works. He understands each and every one of us, and He wants to spend time with you. He wants you to trust Him. And in order to trust Him, you have to know Him. In order to know Him, you have to spend time with Him. And He's blessed us with His word. And I hope this encourages you. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And if you have questions, please comment or reach out. My Instagram, you have my DMs. And yeah, just have a great day ahead, and may God's favor be on you. Bye.